Reyna.
Mr. Reyna, we had requested some judgments from past hearings he's had and held, and we were provided those today. One of them, and I had received already one. I discussed that with my client, and he kind of doesn't like the way I'm approaching everything, and doesn't like the way or he feels that I'm not representing him accurately.
Mr. Reyna, come on down.
So we might want to talk to him because he's asked me to get off the case. And I told him that's something you have to discuss with the judge.
You can already feel how this case is going. When a defendant says he wants his lawyer off the case, 9 times out of 10, it's not because the lawyer is bad. It's because the lawyer is being honest. Court isn't a place where you get comfort. It's a place where you get consequences.
Are you Mr. Reyna?
Yes, miss.
All right. So it appears to the court that you do not want to come dressed for trial when you're supposed to be dressed for trial.
Well, believe it or not, Miss Boyd, I wasn't aware of this trial in the first place. And
no, because here's the thing. Firstly, when a deputy at the jail tells you you're supposed to be dressed for trial, you're dressed for trial. And when your time, you were told before and you didn't do it. And guess what? If you ever come back to this court where a deputy at the jail has told you to dress for trial and you're not dressed, you know what's going to end up happening? You're going to be going to trial in that red jumpsuit. And you know why you're going to be going to trial in that red jumpsuit? Because it's going to have...
That red jumpsuit warning is serious. It's not about clothes, it's about image. Jurors are human. The moment they see someone in jail colors, the damage is already done. The judge isn't threatening him. She's warning him before he destroys his own case.
You're saying that your attorney is telling me that you want another attorney?
That's correct.
All right. Then you need to hire one. Do you understand?
I don't have any support issues. Support at all as we speak right now at the moment.
What support for what?
It's ordinary to hire an attorney.
Oh, well, then this is your attorney. This is what I've discovered. And I've told many people this before. This is what ends up happening. When you, as a defense attorney, are placed to represent somebody and you've been appointed to represent them, number one, there are certain qualifications that you must have. This is a 3rd-degree felony. It may be bumped up to a 2nd-degree felony based upon what's in the indictment. This attorney would not have been appointed to your case if he didn't have the qualifications to be on this case. I don't allow attorney shopping in this court. Whoever comes up on the wheel, that's who your attorney is. The state will tender an offer to your attorney because I require the state to tender an offer. State can make an offer and say, we're offering 20 years. The state can say they're offering the maximum. Guess what? Your attorney has absolutely really no control over what the state is offering.
So
even if your attorney were to go to the state and say, well, these are the weaknesses in your case, and this is what my client is willing to accept, the state can still say, I am not going to offer your client what he wants. The only thing I will offer you is A, B, or C. And your attorney ethically is obligated to tender that offer to you. Now, you can accept it or not. That's completely up to you. There are certain rights you have when you're charged with the offense. One of them is whether or not you will accept an offer or not, and whether or not you will testify at trial, and what plea you will enter. Do you understand? So you're not getting another attorney.
This is something a lot of people don't understand. You don't get to shop for lawyers in criminal court. A public defender's job isn't to promise freedom. It's to explain reality. And plea offers don't come from your lawyer. They come from the state. The lawyer just delivers the message, whether you like it or not.
Why does my case carry at least prison time and not probation?
Here's the thing. You will have to speak to your attorney. What I can tell you is there are certain cases, number one, that you're not eligible for probation. There are certain cases that if you go to a jury trial and if you are found guilty, you're not eligible for probation. There are some cases that if you go to jury trial, maybe you're eligible for probation from a court. But I cannot tell you whether or not, just based upon looking at your case, that which would be the indictment for me, whether you're eligible or not. What I can tell you though, usually if you have a repeater count and you go to a jury trial, you're not eligible for probation.
When probation gets mentioned, people think it's guaranteed. It's not. Once you have prior cases, once you go to trial, the system changes how it looks at you. That's not personal. That's how the law responds to patterns.
Think of criminal history this way. If you have somebody that you loan money to, right? Let's say somebody comes to you and they say, can you loan me $50 and I'll pay you back next week? And you say, yes, I will loan you the $50. What are you going to use it for? Oh, I got to pay my electric bill, which that would be a great, good electric bill these days. And that person gets the $50 and they don't pay you back. And you just, you said you pay me back on this day. You're not paying me back. That person comes to you for a second time and said, look, I'm in dire straits. They're about to cut off my electric bill. I need $60. And you tell them, you know what? I gave you $50 just last week and you never paid it back. And they're like, I know, I'm so sorry for doing that, but I promise you this time I will pay it back and I really need the $60. So you loan them $60 and they don't pay it back. And then they come to you for a third time. You may say, I'm not going to loan you any money. I don't care what your problems is because I've loaned it to you 2 times before and you haven't paid it back.
That loan analogy hits hard because it's true. If someone keeps borrowing and never pays back, eventually you stop trusting them. Courts work the same way. Criminal history is basically a record of broken promises, and after a while, the system runs out of patience.
The other thing I want you, that's either yes or no.
Yes, miss.
The other thing I need you to understand, and again, we're not doing this anymore. If you are at the jail and they're ordering you dressed for court, that's me ordering you dressed for court because you're up for trial. And I will not have any qualms whatsoever with you going to trial dressed in that red uniform. And you and I both know that red uniform has several meanings attached to it, just the way the orange ones does and the blue ones does. The blue one for females. Orange, just regular inmates. The red, gang member, age issue, in admin segregation. Yellow with stripes, pregnant, or just yellow, pregnant. Tan or grayish looking color, trustees. So if you want to come to trial dressed in red, that is completely up to you. Do you understand?
When the judge explains the meaning of the jail uniforms, she's talking about stigma. Red, orange, blue, they all send messages. Standing in front of a jury wearing that isn't just uncomfortable, it's damaging. And the scary part is that choice would be his.
2019 CR 11647, State of Texas versus Jamal Trayvon Coleman. Can our parties announce for the record for the state?
Travis Banks, State of Texas.
Defense.
Monica Corolla for defense.
And are you Jamal Coleman?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jamal Coleman who was placed on deferred education in 2019 CR 11674 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on November 5th, 2020 for a period of 8 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 2 on or about the 7th day of June 2023 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Jamal Trayvon Coleman, did then and there fail to submit to a drug test in violation of condition number 2.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True. The state will waive and abandon the other allegations.
All right, did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 2, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 2?
Yes, ma'am.
This is where everything shifts. Do you want to go to prison? That's not sarcasm. That's desperation. Addiction isn't just breaking the law, it's breaking the body. And once that spiral starts, court orders don't always stop it.
I'm not long enough.
Then why do you keep coming before me with violations?
I have an issue with drugs.
I mean, I know that, but I've sent you to different places and you're just not doing well. And so I don't know if I can help you or not. I don't know if you want the help. I can put people in whatever class that's available for you. If you have a drug problem, I can put you in a class for drug issues. But if you go there and you sit there and you internalize, but the first thing, some problem comes before you, your answer is, oh, let me use drugs.
May I speak?
Yes.
I didn't get a chance to, I didn't really complete the first program, the safe P that you put me in.
Mhm.
I don't know if you remember, but I had a colostomy bag.
Yes, I do remember you.
So I got my colostomy bag removed,
Mhm.
but I didn't stay at the safe P facility. They took me to an infirmary unit. And so I've kind of missed the whole entire program. I think I was only in the program for about 2 months,
Mhm.
if that. So I didn't really get a chance to be in the program.
That final warning is chilling. Not prison, not fines, just a headline that says drug overdose, and then the world moves on. No story, no context, just grief for the family left behind. That's the real consequence the judge is trying to stop.
All right, so you need to stop disappointing them, because I'm sure each time you use, your mom's heart breaks, your grandparents' hearts break, your dad heart probably breaks. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Nobody wants to, because you never know if the last time you use is the last time you use. Nobody wants to be called to have to identify your body because you're the person on the news who's on the street, and they'll just say drug overdose, and then they'll go on to the next person. You understand?
Yes.